I expected big things from Thorchain in the last bull run. That never happened, of course. Welcome back to Bearman Crypto, where we talk all things crypto. In today's video, I want to cover a project, Thorchain, one which I was mega bullish about in the last bull run. However, like everything else, it never really got going, and it's never made me the millions I expected. But I'm just going to be sharing with you what I think about Thorchain, and I'll give a bit of a price prediction for the next bull run towards the end of this video. I'm, of course, not a financial advisor. Please make sure you do your own further research before investing any of your hard-earned money. I'm just sharing with you what I'm looking at and what is piquing my interest. So, Thorchain, in the last bull run, it never really hit the heights that I expected it to hit. It suffered multiple hacks in 2021 and really never seemed to recover fully from those hacks. However, now I think it is now starting to come back around, and the TVL on Thorchain is now starting to grow again, and it's something that I think we should all be paying attention to. So if you don't know anything about Thorchain, so Thorchain is basically a settlement layer which facilitates swaps between a number of chains. So you got Bitcoin, you got Ethereum, you got BNB, you got Avalanche, you got Cosmos, you got Dogecoin, Litecoin, Bitcoin Cash, so a number of chains basically. And what this enables you to do is, if you need to use, for example, Ethereum on BNB, or BNB on an Avalanche chain, it means you don't have to basically buy a wrapped BNB, for example, or a wrapped ETH. Thorchain basically does all that for you in the background. So basically what it focuses on is this cross-chain interoperability is something that a number of protocols have been trying to do over a period of time. However, they've obviously been it's something which is relatively new, and the technology, everyone's still trying to figure it out. So with a lot of this cross-chain, it is subject to a lot of hacks. There's always a gap somewhere in the code which gets exploited, and Thorchain was one of those that suffered from this in the last bull run. But I feel that now maybe they're getting to a stage whereby they're now starting to iron out all those things, and they now understand basically the technology much better. Their roadmap is looking very promising, specifically for Thorchain. If you have a look at their ecosystem to start off with, you'll be able to see the sort of stuff, sort of things that they do. So they've obviously got their liquidity provider tools. They got their DAO. So Thorchain itself is very much community led, and it operates as a decentralized autonomous organization. So there isn't necessarily a team that you can see, in terms of a doxed team that you can see who's who. But the way that Thorchain itself came about, it was a group of developers that got together, and basically the way Thorchain was built, they basically contributed to all of this on GitHub, and people could see exactly what it is that they're building. And given everything that we've been seeing with centralized exchanges, it makes the case stronger to have decentralized facilities such as what Thorchain is offering. So you can see here they've got NFT collections, they've got swapful interfaces, they've got name services. So ETH name services was a big thing a few months ago. So Thorchain have obviously got their own. So they're obviously working on a number of things. And if we have a look at specifically what's up and coming on Thorchain, you've got an order book coming soon. You've got a lending side of things that they're designing. You've got this insurance fund, and then you've got Volt knows that they will be introducing and lending and composite models. So there's a number of things that are being built on Thorchain, and I feel that this is what is really going to drive the value. And what drives the value of the token itself is when when the tokens get locked. They get locked to drive the ecosystem. So as a lot of these things get built, it's gonna basically, the token itself will accrue value on that basis. So this is something that I'm starting to pay attention to. And if we have a look on DeFi Llama in terms of how the chain's been basically performing, so you've got Thorchain here sat at number 22 at the moment. You can see over the last day, you can see over the last, so this is the performance of the last day, performance over the last 7 days, and performance over the last 30 days. So you can see that it's 22% up. The TVL is currently sat at 98 million, and you can see relatively compared to the other chains above it, it is up pretty well. Others are down, but Thorchain is up. So when something like this is starting to change, there's a shift in the attention. That's what I'm looking for, and that's where I start to pay attention myself. So if we have a look at Thorchain on CoinGecko, so the native, so the ticker for Thorchain is Rune. So at the moment it's ranked number 87 on CoinGecko. Circulating supply at the moment is 301 million, and total and max supply is 500 million. So that, in my opinion, that is relatively low volumes in terms of that max supply. And when I think about the all-time high for Rune, if we have a look here, all-time high was $20.87. And for Rune to get back to that all-time high, that's a 15x, and something that I feel is highly achievable given everything that Thorchain is specifically building and the interest in decentralization. I think it will definitely get back to that all-time high and even surpass it. And for myself personally, what I'm targeting for the next bull run, so we're talking 2025, I'm targeting a $50 Thorchain token price. That would put the price of at a $50. That will be a 35x from the current price point. Something I feel is definitely achievable. And in terms of where would that put the market cap, that would put the market cap at roughly about 14 to 15 billion. And when you look at the overall tokens in the top 10 as of today relative to that 15 billion, that would probably put it in the top 10 just about. So it will be here, it will be ranked between Dogecoin and BUSD. But of course everything is relative. As the whole market moves, all these tokens, their market cap will move. So what I'm just trying to do is just give you a bit of context there. Why I believe that a $14 billion market cap is achievable. This is what I'll be looking at. Let me know your thoughts. What do you think about Thorchain? Is this something that is of interest to you? Let me know what you think down in the comments section. If you're enjoying this type of content, if you're not subscribed to the channel, of course make sure you subscribe to the channel, and make sure you smash that like button so that this video gets around and gets seen by other people that might be interested in Thorchain. But that's all really I want to share with you guys, and continue to stick around of course and pay attention, and I'll see you in my next video.